Alrighty, what is going on? Shellz here. This is the NBA Finals preview, and I am going to go through my picks to winners, MVP, dark horse to have a breakout game, and I think a few others we might throw in there, and we'll have a look at the betting line and see what we'll throw in for tonight as well. But now let's start things off. Tonight, June 1st, is the start of the NBA Finals, Game 1 in Golden State. Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Warriors. This is the third installment in a row. I mean, it's incredible to have these two teams continued success. I was expecting this year would change. Surprise, surprise, didn't. And I think, well, I don't really surprise. I mean, the Warriors were always going to return when they got Kevin Durant and that bullshit deal, whatever it was. There's some serious crooked dealings going on in the NBA when that was announced. Let's talk about the first. Let's move on away from the first, the free agency deals, and let's talk about the first two finals that we had. We had the first finals. Kyrie Irving damaged that knee in game one, out for the series, absolute game changer, and Kevin Love out for that series as well with I think it was a dislocated shoulder. Game changing, two guys gone. Like LeBron James is as great as LeBron James is. You need a blue chip player beside you to pick things up when the times get tough. And unfortunately, LeBron didn't have Kyrie. Jordan had Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. If you take Scottie Pippen and Rodman from me, I don't think Jordan has 6 rings. I just don't. I don't see how it is. You need someone beside you who can turn it on, pull up the heat when you need it most, and that's how it happened. The Warriors, well, they probably won the game fair and square. The only thing you can say about it, I thought the Cleveland, they put up a good fight, but when you just don't have the guys that you play all year with, it's a whole different ball game. The next year, I think, we got Kyrie, Kevin Love back, and it looked as if the Warriors were going to breeze these guys like they were nothing. And then the Cavs got going, and this is a team with LeBron James got going, Kyrie got going, J.R. Smith had that game in game 6 or 7. I can't remember exactly which one it was. They're hitting threes, and suddenly the Cavs steamroll back from a 3-1 deficit to win the finals. The block from LeBron James in game 7 is one of the best plays in sport I've ever seen. I've seen loads of plays that have absolutely blown me away. I think the helmet catch in Super Bowl, whatever it was, I don't even talk about Super Bowl because I'm a Patriots fan. The Seahawks catch in Super Bowl 49. I mean, Julian Edelman's catch. I'm trying to think of another miracle moment. Oh yeah, the Man United game against Bayern Munich in 99 for winning the treble. I mean, those are just moments in sport that you're like, wow, I chill with my kids when they grow up. That block last year in game 7 was I'm going to shout out to my kids type of play. It was absolutely incredible. And the Kyrie Irving hit that 3-pointer that was just the absolute dagger in the icing. I mean, what better way to beat the Cleveland, or what better way for Cleveland to win in Golden State, hanging with a Golden State special, just absolutely filthy. That was brilliant. Yeah, that was a heck of a series. I really enjoyed the series. I watched game 6 and 7. I was on the edge of my seat for game 7. I didn't sit down for the entire thing. I was on my seat. That's how good it was. Brilliant spectacle, and just overall brilliant to watch. Now this season, there's a few new changes, of course. As I mentioned, Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors. I thought that was really a ring pickup job from him. He basically did what LeBron did, but I think 10 times worse, because Kevin Durant had a Russell Westbrook. He didn't need to go to a team that's already established. Miami wasn't established when LeBron went there. Yeah, they had D-Wade. They won a championship like 3 years before. That was with Shaq and D-Wade. It's a different story. Kevin Durant's going to a team that already has Steph Curry. Steph Curry's his brother. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. They had Andrew Bogut. They got Andrew Bogut, and they had that small forward who used to play at North Carolina and now plays for Dallas. I can't remember his name because he just didn't turn up last finals, and quite frankly, we don't need to talk about him because he's an absolute trash and somehow got a max contract extension last season. That's what it is. I thought that was a low blowing move. They're definitely makes them better. I think Kevin Durant was the second best player in the NBA the last 4 years. I think he's easily been the one guy who can come to LeBron James. When you say that whatever you want, but there's no one else better than him in the NBA. Steph Curry, I keep calling the wrong name. Steph Curry isn't as good. Klay Thompson isn't as good. People will say guys like Kawhi Leonard is probably a better defensive player than both LeBron James and Kevin Durant, but he's not a better offensive player than what Kevin Durant and LeBron James can. These guys can take over games. They can change games. They can completely dominate games. And that's why they're the two players. If you can take out LeBron James, take out Kevin Durant, I think that's how you win the series. It's going to be those two guys. If one of them has a bad night, the other team somehow manages to win the game. That's probably going to be the finals gone as well, because if you get a bad game, you have to capitalize on these two guys. LeBron for me is the best player of all time. I never saw Jordan. I can't comment on Jordan. I've just seen what I've seen, I'm kind of what I've seen. I think LeBron James is incredible. I've hated LeBron James. I think about 2011 was when he hit a 3-pointer over Brandon Bass from like closer to the halfway line than he was to the 3-point line, and I just said that's incredible. I was blown away by that. That changed my mind completely on him. He is an incredible athlete. I mean, you watch what he can do on the floor. I mean, he can play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. Name a player who can do that. There isn't really one. He's my first pick in any draft in the world. You know, Jordan would be second, pretty closely. Bill Russell third for me, but he's just so good, LeBron. Kevin Durant, on the other hand, I think Kevin Durant's a better scorer, much better at that. He's got the range, he's got the devastation. He can just turn out, take over a game with the scoring. I do question his defense, though. He's a bit small. I mean, like, you could literally, if you blew on him, I think he'd fall over at times. That's what I think about him. But, it's going to be difficult to see that it is. The other key contenders in these guys, I think the Cavs, I think Kyrie Irving's the real guy that LeBron James needs. I think he's the guy who steps up and takes over games. He gets 30 or 40 points in the game. It's going to be very hard for the Cavs to lose. I think they're going to need big games from guys off the bench like Kyle Korver. J.R. Smith's got to get hot. They've got potential. Deron Williams with the second team. Interesting to see what he does. For the Golden State, Curry's got to just do what Curry does and just don't jack up threes all the time. I think that's what they lost last season. If you keep jacking up threes, you're going to lose games because you just got to make the baskets count, Like, the Cavs are going to be like, if you want to run a 5-second offense, go ahead. The Cavs will hold the ball for like 15 seconds, take their breath, and then run their offense through. And they get a good look at the basket. You probably get a bad look, and it's about a high percentage of shots in this league. Draymond Green's a big player for Golden State, although I think that LeBron's going to go after him pretty heavy this season. I thought he did a dirty move in the last play, the finals last season. I think LeBron's going to be out for a bit of revenge on that guy. Zaza Pazulis is the dirtiest player in the world. I hope the guy isn't anything stupid in this game or try to be a cheat like he did in Kawhi Leonard in the last series. It's just not going to be on. Any other good player? Klay Thompson. Yeah, Klay Thompson's an interesting guy. He's disappeared this year. I mean, Klay Thompson was the alpha dog last season for Golden State. The reason they got to the finals, that game 6 in OKC. I mean, I've never seen something like that. He hit 6 or 7 threes in a quarter and third quarter of that game. Absolutely incredible. But since then, he's disappeared. I think if I was Klay Thompson, I think Klay Thompson wants to move somewhere else. I just don't think he wants to be. I think he thinks he's the 4th or 5th in the pecking order down here, and that to be honest, I think it was always going to happen. I think he needs someone to give an arm around him or someone to be the focal point of a team. I love him on Boston, to be honest. I think he'd be the perfect player for them, but that's another story for another time. So let's go through what I think of the series, what's going to happen in this series. Okay, here's my prediction. And a few people are going to be a little bit annoyed with this prediction, but it is it's a hot take. You ready? The Cavs will win in 6 games. I know. It's a risky call. I looked at the odds today, and the Cavaliers are 3.20, and I think the Warriors are like 1.36. The reason I give the Cavaliers to win, I just think LeBron James is going to take over the series. I think last season we saw what Kyrie can do. I think Kyrie's on top form. What the Cavs did to the Boston Celtics was absolutely disgusting the last game. I mean, they just completely destroyed the Celtics in like 3 or 4 of those games, the 4 wins, and I was absolutely blown away. The Warriors, they haven't fought against anyone. They haven't had to play anyone good. They played Kawhi Leonard for 3 quarters, or 2, was it? And then Kawhi Leonard bitched out and left the game. That just isn't good enough. Kawhi Leonard, once he went out of the game, I mean, the Spurs had nobody on defense. I mean, the Spurs might as well have put out Greg Popovich out there and they would have been the same result. I think the Cavs have went against much better opposition. I think the Cavs have shown what they can do. I think the Cavs got much more dangerous pieces on the bench. Golden State may have shown Livingston, who killed the Cavs last season, but does lightning strike twice? You never know. So my opinion is the Cavs are going to win this in 6 games. I think there will be a game where Curry gets hot. I think there'll be a game where Kevin Durant gets hot, and they'll win them. But I think LeBron James, he's going to take Kevin Durant at the game. He did it with Miami in the OKC time. He just, they're going to take him out of it. I just can't see why the Warriors win the series. Of course, they can win the series by getting lucky with the 3-pointers, but I just don't see how the Cavs aren't going to win the series. I think the Cavs' defense is better. I personally think they're going to absolutely annihilate them in a few games. Just my personal opinion. I think I could be wrong. I know I could look at tomorrow or in 6 days' time and be like, wow, the Cavs are absolutely shocking. But I'm a believer in the Cavs. I think LeBron James is like a fine whiskey. He gets better with age. The kid's unbelievable. I think he's going to take Kevin Durant out of the game. I don't think Steph Curry's as good. Steph Curry, I can't pronounce his fucking name. I don't think Curry's as good this year as he was last season. And I think Klay Thompson's just isn't with it. And I don't think his head is really fully in it. I think he's going to have a Harrison Barnes type of finals. That's my personal opinion. I think the rim, like, well, one thing I should keep on before I mentioned last 2 seasons, Warriors Andrew Bogut. I think Andrew Bogut's actually a really good rim protector. Zaza Pingas is nowhere near as good as Andrew Bogut. Zaza Pingas is as good as a freaking high schooler. There's like guys of freshmen in America that are better than that kid. LeBron James is going to have a field day against him if they leave him in the lane. It's going to be an absolute car crash. That's my personal opinion on the finals. Predictions. MVP prediction. Gonna go with... Who am I going to pick? Of course, it has to be LeBron James. I cannot see any way LeBron doesn't win it. I think Kyrie is probably the best candidate from the Cavaliers. With my prediction, I feel like LeBron James is a guarantee to win it. I mean, LeBron James blocks, he rebounds, he assists, he plays point guard. He does everything Kyrie can do, except he doesn't shoot the ball as well as Kyrie. I don't think there could be a dark horse in Cleveland. I mean, if the Warriors go on to win it, I think the MVP will be Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant's a huge part of this cog, and he's going to be the guy that's going to change this game for them. Can't see anyone else being the big guy. But dark horse wise, if someone a dark horse from the Warriors, I think Klay Thompson could be it. I mean, Klay Thompson can get hot and just destroy everyone. I mean, he hit 10 threes in a game, and everyone's like, wow, Klay Thompson's back, and suddenly everyone's raring to go. Dark horse candidates to have big games. Sean Livingston for the Warriors is one guy I think can have a big game. He had 2 big games last season. I'd be lying if I say J.R. Smith's a dark horse, but I think he is a dark horse. He has one game every finals. I feel like he's going to shoot 6 or 7 threes. It's going to be a game changer, and it's going to change the course of the game. And that's really it. I think that's the best way to put it. Can't really think of anything else. Let's look at the lines, actually. I want to have a quick look at the betting lines for the game, and we'll see what's happening here. Let's quickly load up. I should use the other mouse, actually, so it's much more quiet. Let's go basketball. Let's have a look at the odds here now. Just to say, betting is perfectly legal where I am, so YouTube, do not take me down. Right, game lines. So the game lines for tonight is the Warriors -7. I'd be tempted by the Warriors tonight. No, I will not take -7. I think the Cavaliers are going to make it a close game. I think all these games are going to be under 10 points. There's no way anyone's going to win. I think there might be one blowout, but I think it's going to be all close games, competitive to the end. The over-under if the game is 223.5. I'd have to go the over at that. I mean, these are 2 shooting teams. They're going to shoot the ball. They're going to play well. Absolutely go with the over on that one. That's an absolute no-brainer for me. Absolutely. 100% over on that one. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to leave that video here. It was a good chat. It was at, nearly 13 minutes long. Wow, I thought it was going to be like 5 or 6 minutes. But, once you get going, rambling, it's pretty good. This is the first video on this channel, I'm pretty sure. So it's a good start. Doing more videos, Lions stuff, the British and Irish Lions. I'm going to cover some NFL stuff coming up. Potentially some soccer transfers. We'll see what else comes over the summer. Some baseball maybe. Trade deadline, all-star stuff. I'm trying to think what else I want to do. Some politics maybe. Business, finance. I don't know. We'll see what covers my fancy during the week. And then we'll basically make a decision that way. But, we'll come up with some ideas. We'll come up with something fun, enjoyable, and something worthwhile doing for you guys. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Give it a like, a subscribe if you want more stuff like this. Follow me on Twitter. You know the deal. Anyway, guys, peace out. Have a good one. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Peace.